Imagine a vast, hidden world lying beneath the surface of our everyday awareness. This is the realm of the unconscious, a landscape of desires, fears, and memories that shape our thoughts, feelings, and actions. Sigmund Freud, a Viennese neurologist, dared to explore this uncharted territory. He became a pioneer in understanding the human psyche. Freud, through his groundbreaking work on psychoanalysis, revolutionized how we perceive ourselves and the world around us. Freud's journey into the depths of the mind began in the late 19th century. It was a time when the dominant view of human behavior was rooted in rationality and conscious thought. Freud challenged these assumptions. He unveiled the hidden forces at play in our minds. His work, though often controversial, has left an indelible mark on psychology. It has also influenced art, literature, and culture for over a century. Sigmund Freud was born in 1856 in Freiburg, Moravia, a small town that was part of the Austrian Empire at the time. This region is now part of the Czech Republic, a country rich in history and culture. When Freud was 4 years old, his family moved to Vienna, Austria, a city that would become central to his life and work. Freud grew up during a period of significant intellectual and social change, a time when new ideas were flourishing and old conventions were being challenged. Vienna was a vibrant hub of scientific discovery and artistic expression, attracting some of the greatest minds of the era. This stimulating environment nurtured Freud's curiosity and played a crucial role in shaping his worldview and intellectual pursuits. From a young age, Freud excelled in his studies, demonstrating a remarkable aptitude for learning and a deep thirst for knowledge. He developed a keen interest in a wide range of subjects, including literature, philosophy, and the natural sciences, which broadened his intellectual horizons. Freud pursued a medical degree at the prestigious University of Vienna, where he specialized in neurology, the study of the nervous system. It was during his time at the university that Freud began to question the prevailing medical understanding of mental illness, seeking deeper explanations for the human mind's complexities. He was particularly intrigued by patients suffering from hysteria, a condition marked by physical symptoms that had no apparent physical cause, which puzzled many medical professionals of the time. Freud's early medical career was dedicated to treating patients with various neurological disorders, using the best techniques available at the time. He employed methods such as hypnosis to delve into the minds of his patients, hoping to uncover the roots of their symptoms. However, over time, Freud grew increasingly dissatisfied with these methods, feeling that they did not fully address the underlying issues. His extensive experiences with patients led him to believe that the origins of their psychological distress were buried deep within the unconscious mind, beyond the reach of conscious thought. Determined to find better solutions, Freud began to develop his own theories and techniques, meticulously documenting his observations and insights. These pioneering ideas and methods eventually formed the foundation of psychoanalysis, a revolutionary approach to understanding and treating the human psyche that would leave an indelible mark on the field of psychology. Freud's groundbreaking contribution to psychology was the development of psychoanalysis. It is a revolutionary approach to understanding the human mind. Psychoanalysis posits that our thoughts, feelings, and behaviors are influenced by unconscious processes. These are often hidden from our conscious awareness. Freud believed that these unconscious processes stemmed from unresolved conflicts. These conflicts often originated in early childhood experiences. To access the unconscious mind, Freud developed a set of therapeutic techniques. These included free association and dream interpretation. In free association, patients are encouraged to say whatever comes to mind. This allows thoughts and feelings to emerge without censorship or judgment. Freud believed that dreams were the royal road to the unconscious. Dreams provided valuable insights into the hidden workings of the mind. Freud's emphasis on the unconscious marked a significant departure from traditional psychology. He argued that the unconscious was a powerful force. It influenced our lives in profound ways. His ideas sparked both excitement and controversy in the scientific community. They laid the groundwork for a new understanding of the human psyche. This understanding continues to influence the field of psychology today. Section 4. Unmasking the mind, the id, ego, and superego. In this section, we delve into the intricate workings of the human psyche as conceptualized by Sigmund Freud, one of the most influential figures in psychology. Freud's exploration of the unconscious led him to develop a structural model of the mind. This model, which has profoundly impacted both psychology and popular culture, is composed of three interconnected parts: the ID, the ego, and the superego. It is composed of three interconnected parts: the ID, the ego, and the superego. Each of these components plays a crucial role in shaping our thoughts, behaviors, and overall personality. The ID, present from birth, operates on the pleasure principle. It is the most primitive part of our personality, driven by basic instincts and desires. The ID seeks immediate gratification of its desires and needs without considering the consequences. It seeks immediate gratification of its desires and needs. This can be seen in young children who act on their impulses without restraint, grabbing toys or indulging in sweets without a second thought. The superego, developed later in childhood, embodies our internalized moral compass. It represents societal rules and expectations, guiding us to act in socially acceptable ways. It represents societal rules and expectations. The superego strives for perfection, often pushing us to adhere to high moral standards and to help others in need. The ego, the conscious mind, acts as a mediator between the ID and the superego. It operates on the reality principle, trying to balance the demands of the ID with the constraints of reality and the moral dictates of the superego. It tries to balance the demands of the ID with the constraints of reality and the moral dictates of the superego. This balancing act is crucial for maintaining psychological stability and making rational decisions. Freud believed that psychological health depended on a harmonious relationship between these three forces. When the ID, ego, and superego are in balance, individuals are more likely to experience positive emotions and healthy relationships. When conflicts arise between the ID, ego, and superego, the ego employs defense mechanisms to protect itself from anxiety. These mechanisms are unconscious strategies that help us cope with stress and internal conflict. These mechanisms include repression, denial, and projection. Repression involves pushing distressing thoughts out of conscious awareness, while denial involves refusing to accept reality. Projection involves attributing one's own unacceptable thoughts or feelings to others. While these mechanisms can be adaptive in the short term, Freud argued that excessive reliance on them could lead to psychological distress. Overuse of defense mechanisms can prevent individuals from addressing the root causes of their anxiety and can result in long-term emotional difficulties. Understanding these defense mechanisms became a cornerstone of psychoanalytic theory. By identifying and addressing these unconscious processes, therapists can help patients gain insight into their inner conflicts and work towards resolving them. It provided therapists with tools to help patients gain insight into their unconscious conflicts. This insight is often the first step towards healing and personal growth, allowing individuals to lead more fulfilling and balanced lives. Section 5. Stages of Development, a controversial theory. Sigmund Freud, a towering figure in the field of psychology, proposed that personality develops through a series of psychosexual stages. These stages are foundational to his theory of human development. In each stage, children experience pleasure and conflict in relation to specific erogenous zones. These zones are areas of the body that are particularly sensitive to stimulation and play a crucial role in the development of personality. The stages Freud identified are oral, anal, phallic, latency, and genital. Each stage is associated with a particular age range and a specific focus of pleasure. Freud believed that unresolved conflicts during these stages could lead to fixations and psychological problems in adulthood. For instance, an individual fixated at the oral stage might develop habits such as smoking or overeating. One of the most controversial aspects of Freud's theory is the Oedipus complex, which occurs during the phallic stage. This concept has sparked much debate and discussion over the years. Freud suggested that boys develop unconscious sexual desires for their mothers and view their fathers as rivals for their mother's affection. This creates a complex emotional situation for the child. According to Freud, this complex is resolved when the boy begins to identify with his father, adopting his values and behaviors, and represses his feelings for his mother. This resolution is crucial for the development of a healthy adult personality. Freud's theory of psychosexual development remains one of his most debated contributions to psychology. It has been both highly influential and highly controversial. While some aspects of his theory, such as the importance of early childhood experiences, have gained wider acceptance, others, like the Oedipus complex, have been met with significant criticism. Many modern psychologists question the universality and scientific validity of Freud's ideas. Critics argue that his theories lack empirical support and are based on culturally specific observations that cannot be generalized to all people. They point out that Freud's theories were developed in a specific historical and cultural context that may not apply to contemporary society. Despite the controversies, Freud's work on psychosexual development opened up new avenues for understanding the complexities of human development and the lasting impact of early experiences. His theories have inspired countless studies and have laid the groundwork for many modern psychological practices. Today, Freud's ideas continue to be a topic of discussion and debate in both academic and clinical settings. Whether one agrees with his theories or not, there is no denying the profound impact Freud has had on the field of psychology and our understanding of human behavior. As we continue to explore the human mind, Freud's controversial theories remind us of the importance of questioning, debating, and expanding our understanding of psychological development.